Record labels, like I hear this a lot, telling young artists, you need to find your sound. You need to find your sound. You need to find that. What the fuck is that? You sign them because they have they are their sound, their voice, their lyrics, their talent, their music is their sound.
Hi, I'm Petite Lamé and welcome to Sink the Things Pop-Tarts. Tonight I will be interviewing the star, the legend, the icon that is KATE NASH. I want you to throw your minds back to 2007 when Made of Bricks hit #1 and the song Foundations became the original cult classic in British pop music. Oh, there she is! Is that a little... Oh my god, I love this bouffon. Did you do this yourself?
Of course I didn't.
So how are you? How are you feeling about being live with me, your biggest stalker?
I feel good. It's so nice to be to see you and to be doing this Pop-Tart series. I absolutely love Sink the Pink. I was just looking at so many photos from the Mighty Hoopla and reminiscing about gay times.
That day. Cheers to you. Cheers to us. Ching ching, my love.
My boyfriend's a hairdresser, so we thought...
This is, I honestly, I look at this and you're giving me like full 80s dynasty life. I don't know, is this a direction? Oh my god, with the pearls and everything. Are you a drag queen?
I want to be.
We've got a roadmap ready to go forward. But just remember, just like any British road, it's full of potholes. So prepare yourself for disaster with the Tory government. It's a bumpy ride, bitch.
It is.
Describe us how you felt at Mighty Hoopla.
I remember I have this really vivid memory of being next to the side stage and there being a bunch of performers and drag queens and dancers all rehearsing on the grass down by the side of the stage, and I just loved that so much because it was like there was like the big sort of high-end production stuff happening on the stage, and behind the scenes everyone was just like doing these like rehearsals. It kind of felt like theatre school or something. And yeah, my gig was amazing. My parents looked really good. My parents were in like I've got
the red KATE NASH.
Yeah, they were in like Nash jackets that I was doing as merch, my Kickstarter, and I feel like it was like a really good like London homecoming gig. I remember being with loads of friends and family in the backstage and, you know, eating loads and hanging out for ages.
Obviously, you've been doing your lockdown in LA, and how has that been? Yeah,
it's been interesting. We were shooting season 4 of Glow when we shut down. We were into the 2nd episode. I'm not going to lie, I was really depressed last year. I think like many people, my mental health went sort of down the drain with all the fears of everything in the world and everything, all this pain that we were watching in the media, and I feel like I gave myself a really hard time for not being able to deal with it, and at the end of the year I was like, do you know what, we all just fucking went through something, we're still going through it, and we're trying to be good citizens, like staying home.
This is absolutely the tea.
Yeah, and we're human, we like care about the world and people, so that's why we like can't get off the set. Like it's such a shock what happened. So I think I really lightened up on myself and was able to like treat myself with a bit more kindness and accept the mental health journey that I've been on. And my boyfriend does a lot of gardening. He's growing loads of vegetables. We've got 2 dogs. There's mountains and beauty around. So that's sort of where I'm at, is like I'm just nature focused.
Can we just talk about this little moment?
I know. Oh, you look so good.
So I want to just bring it back. So you've had a career of music, like a career of music. You've got one of the biggest cult classic singles ever, which is Foundations, that every person knows the words to, or especially in the UK. But your music journey has been phenomenal. You've gone from winning a Brit Award to doing a 2nd album and then going completely solo to doing a GoFundMe for your most recent album, which was
Yesterday
The
Was
Words
Forever.
Fail Me. That Yesterday Was Forever. And this is the problem. Lockdown has made my brain turn to jelly.
Oh, I agree.
And obviously we're now on the new stages of KATE NASH, which brings me to, I've heard that you are utilizing the Patreon platform.
I've been using Patreon to do a couple of live streaming gigs from home and do some like charity fundraising stuff. And towards the end of last year, I was like, right, I need a plan. I need a job. I need a full-time job because I can't do this again. And so I decided to do Patreon full-time. So I'm patreon.com/Kate Nash. And that's how I'm doing my new album. Part of going to a live show is getting this visceral experience, you know, the visual, the lights, the atmosphere, like everything that goes into a show that makes you feel like you're escaping life for a moment.
And I think especially with a KATE NASH show, there is so much of that atmosphere of not just the lights and like the production side of it. There is such an atmosphere at your shows.
Well, it evolved basically from doing a live show and bringing my new music to people in this tour to then thinking, fuck it, I'm going to release music and I'm going to shoot music videos in this environment. And so now I'm directing and editing music videos. We're shooting the whole thing in doing like a mini documentary series. So each place that we go to, you can come with us. It's amazing to me how much community has been created through the Patreon, and I've got the best fans ever. Like that atmosphere of love that you're talking about comes from my fans. I'm also doing live chats with different mental health charities on there. I love the experience of Patreon, and I think every single artist should have one, because I think the future for musicians is in owning your masters and like using these incredible tools that we have at hand on the internet.
You went from having your like #1 album Brit Award moment and then releasing your second album, which is one of which I've said to you before in the past when I've met you, which is one of my absolute favorite albums. My Best Friend of You is an masterpiece. But your record labels and stuff, they didn't react in the way that you thought that they would.
They didn't love it, babes. They didn't love it.
I do.
They didn't really.
Because sometimes, every now and again, I can hear myself going, that girl behind the corner is no one that I trusted. There's a little bit of gossip floating around about the tone of this album. There might be something that's happening in the future, but we don't know.
Okay. I am working on a musical. It's not Kate Nash, the musical.
Hello, it's me, Kate Nash. How about you, Kate Nash?
So I got contacted by Andy Blankenbuehler, who is the choreographer on Hamilton, about 10 years ago.
That's major. That's absolutely major.
And pretty major. About 10 years ago, we met for dinner, and he had this idea and wanted to use all of my music in a musical. Really, the album that drew Andy to my work is My Best Friend Is You, which is why my label like dropped me. So
it's like perfect karma. It comes around, bitch, comes around.
I think really though, like an artist really has to follow their instincts on what they want to work on and create, because there's a lot of pressure on young artists now. Okay, this is a pet peeve of mine. Record labels, like I hear this a lot, telling young artists, you need to find your sound. You need to find your sound. You need to find that. What the fuck is that? You sign them because they have they are their sound, their voice, their lyrics, their talent, their music is their sound. And there's so much pressure on artists to go and work with. It's literally a sausage factory. They send them into different rooms with 2 different producers, 3 songwriters that are all writing the hits for Justin Bieber and JoJo and whoever needs a fucking song. There's literally like a whiteboard with a list of pop stars, and they churn out the same shit.
Your original social media platform was MySpace.
Like I was working in Nando's, and I was just a bit like, what is happening?
Cheeky.
I'm not really.
A wee bit cheeky.
As much as I loved Nando's, I was not satisfied and fulfilled by my career at the time. And so I decided I need to do something. I'm going to play shows. I'm going to write music again. And I'm going to get a MySpace music account because I knew some people that had done it. MySpace was incredible. It was such a pure era where young people were defining what was succeeding.
What was music?
Popular. Yeah, like that is so sad really that it doesn't exist, because now everything is about playlists and algorithms and controlled
and
by
Instagram and influencing and hashtag ad.
I know, and it's really controlled by people. And MySpace is like little, I think it's one of the purest moments in the history of music. If you think back to like radio, and you know, there's never been another time where it's like literally teenagers adding songs to their profile and playing songs on this little player was defining the charts and defining success. And that's amazing. And that's why there was a lot of unique and interesting artists coming out during that time. And I was just really lucky that I existed in that space. Lily Allen was like taking off, and she put me in her top 8, which was
we love very also that Bebo sort of energy. Put me in a top 5.
She was getting so much attention, and it just kind of shone a light on me. And there was a lot, like I was playing shows with Adele, and there was like the band Peggy Sue, and Jamie T was happening at that time, and like the Kooks, and just all these different artists like
the
playing.
The golden era of indie music was literally that 2007 to 2009 was like pure gold, like the Wombats.
Yeah.
Oh, perfection.
Yeah.
And as well, so obviously you mentioned Adele. She also went to the Brit School, and obviously you are also a Brit School alumni.
Adele was always like like a sort of diva singer. Like I feel like Adele was already famous at school. Like people knew her because her voice and her talent, and people would be always excited for her performances at the music concerts that we'd have and stuff. It was a really cool school to go to because it was free. It was a free performing arts school.
I remember your 2007 Brit Awards speech defining the fact that female artist isn't a genre. How does that now translate into today's standards, with obviously the talks about gender and transness and non-binary? Or do you think there should be an award for best trans artist?
I was really proud of winning best female, and I'm proud of being a woman, and like we're allowed to be proud of who we are and celebrate who we are in our field and in our, but then it is strange, like that we are categorized all the time. And if you're outside of, I suppose, male, like, straight white male, then it's so much about your identity, and you want to take pride in it. But then you don't want to be like restricted or limited by it. My instinct is to say, like, God, there shouldn't be categories. It's ridiculous. No. Then the reason sometimes there has to be is because you have to fight for this space,
Exactly.
So you have to go, we got to elbow some room in here for all these other people and shine a light on us. I just
think cancel all men. Just cancel all the men.
What, mate?
Just cancel all the men.
They say feminism makes you hate men. I'll tell you what, it's men.
Okay, so we have played Foundation at so many Sink the Pinks, and every time people lose their shit. So I want to do a little go through of just some of the lyrics with you, and debunk some of the truths, because I've heard some of them aren't actually that true. You said I must eat so many lemons because I am so bitter. Is that something that someone said to you?
This was a poetic moment. It wasn't something someone actually said to me, but it was inspired by conversations I used to have at school with my best friend, where we didn't have like any love life whatsoever, but we'd like fantasize about people we had crushes on, and we would make up like dramas and fights that we'd have with each other. It was all about fantasy, and like to the point where you invented arguments. I feel like that bit's a little bit sad, but that's really, really like desiring.
But that's real life though, because I love to make up arguments with people that I don't even know in my head. Like, I'm a full-blown psychopath. If I was to go to a doctor's interview about my mental health, they'd be like, "Oh, you need to be put away and thrown away at the key hunt." But so far, they can't catch me now. But the phrase "you've gone and got sick" on my trainers, I only got these yesterday. Oh my God. I cannot be bothered with this.
It was actually me that got sick on someone's trainers.
The gag, the gumption.
The Daily Mail is going to be all over this.
Put you in the front page of the Sun.
The Sun have always like slagged off my acne and been like, "Oh, Kate Nash is ugly and fat and got acne." And then when Glow came out, they had a picture of me like with my tits out with little stars, and they were like, "Our girl Kate Nash showing off her tits in Glow. We love her now." And I was like, "Oh,
for Britain, darling, for Britain." The Queen of Harrow.
Yeah.
I like the little moment when you're like, when you don't turn the heating on, and like leaving the house and not turning the heating on, because like that's very my energy with things. It's like I'll purposely not, like, I'll leave like my house with my housemates. I'll be like, "Do you know what? I'm not gonna turn the heating on. I'm just gonna leave. Bye everyone. Enjoy your cold showers now. I've had mine. Turn it off. Click it off. Save that EDF bill. Don't you worry."
What I love about it is it's so like pathetic bitchy. It's like not really doing something, but it's like, well, you know, it's like passive aggressive kind of bitchy.
I don't want to like spill UK exclusives, Sink the Pink exclusives, but I've heard on the grapevine through my one friend in the industry that you have a new single coming out. Would you like to divulge, or shall I just spill the title myself?
So, some of the music that I've been working on and playing live on Patreon and shooting a music video for is my new single, Misery, that will be coming out in the next couple of months, I guess. I'm finishing editing the video right now, and then when I finish that, it'll be 6 to 8 weeks until release.
If you could have written any song by another artist, what song would it be?
It would be What's Going On by 4 Non-Blondes. And I said, hey, yeah, hey. I said, hey, or
what's going on?
Or this woman's work. Kate Bush, This Woman's Work as well. Like, that is one of the best songs ever. God,
see, if I could have ever written a song, it would have been Beethoven's Fifth, but that's just me.
This is actually Toccata and Fugue.
Oh, perfect. I think we've got another fan question coming in from above.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Look at this. What is the most LA moment you ever had? Go on.
So my friend went to school in Santa Monica, and she had her high school reunion. No, she had a high school reunion, right? And she was really nervous about going. And there was a whole drama leading up to it about this guy who was organizing it, who was really bullied at school. And the people were like still kind of like bitching about him and like bullying him, even though everyone was like an adult. And she was really nervous about going. And so me and my friend Daniel decided like we were going to go with her, and we were going to break into the high school reunion. And so we like went down to Santa Monica and dressed up. I dressed like Romeo and Michelle in the high school reunion, like all black, like beehive as well. And we broke into the reunion, and we had a whole backstory where I was called Brittany and he was called Justin. And I learnt the speech from Romeo and Michelle about the glue. And I told someone that I invented glue, and I did the whole thing. It was so amazing.
That's so camp.
And then we found the guy. We had a whole backstory. Like, we lied that we were like, that I'd left school when I was 14, so that's why no one remembered me. And then he had like a scientist father. Anyway, we found the organizer. We had one of the best nights of our lives. And then afterwards, there was like an after party where we went up to this rooftop bar. And I was looking out, and it was just like it was so LA looking. So I was taking a photo on my little shitty phone at the time. And this guy suddenly turns around, because it was like palm trees and the ocean. And I was like, oh my God, I'm living. And this guy's like, can you stop taking photos of me? And I was like, what? And he was like, I know you're taking photos of me. And I was like, I'm sorry, mate. I literally don't know who you are. I'm literally just taking photos.
Like, put the surfboard down, Lord douchebag.
I was like, mate, calm down, all right? Don't know who you are.
If you could like collaborate with like 5 people, you can do a collaboration with 5 other people, who would they be?
Well, I think it would be Patti Smith. I love her. Okay, I've actually got a really good idea. It would be a theatre production with music, and the collab would be me, Patti Smith, Samantha Fox, Naughty Girls Love, do. Me, Patti Smith, Samantha Fox, Michaela Cole. Only 5. Linda Carter from EastEnders.
Fab. But if you for your next album, if you could like have your dream collaboration with like a current musician that's out there in the pop stratosphere, who would you want to do a single with?
Any of the girls from my era, like Lily or Marina or Florence, you know, like.
Oh my God. Wouldn't that be like a whole thing, just do the best of British pop and just do you, Lily, Marina, Adele, and just be like, we've come to cancel the rest of the music for the rest of the year?
I think that would be really fun. I also love this band Sloppy Jane and Haley Dahl. She's a new artist I absolutely love. I love Nova Twins from the UK. They're so fun. I love FK Twigs.
She's an East London girl. I'm an East London girl.
Hook it up, babes.
But right, we are currently out of time, and I hate this because I know for a fact that me and you can go on for absolute hours. Maybe in my taxi home, I might give you a call. Maybe we'll do a bit more magic.
Do you want to have a Netflix party after this?
KATE Nash, I just want to say one more thing to you. My best friend is you.
I love you, and I love Sync the Pink, and thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait to come home and be able to dance one day.
You, me, love you.
I love you. Thanks everyone for tuning in.